technically more.
Here we are. Okay, so let's see here. Maybe do this video.
Celeste was originally made for a game jam, which is a game development competition where you have a short amount of time to make a game, usually following some prompt. Inscription came from a game jam, Super Hot, Baba Is You,
Okay, so
big fan of that little guy. And despite my endless enthusiasm for making games, I have never participated in a game jam. So when I came across this one, the Brainless Mini Game Jam, I decided that it was finally time. Most, if not all, game jams follow a theme, and for this one, the theme was simpler times. Brainless, the host of the jam, said that maybe that means recreating a basic arcade game, or maybe you're restoring yourself to physically simpler times, like farming or something. I wanted to do something that was truly outside the box, so I thought about the simplest of all times in human history. The Neanderthal era. Back when we were all cave people who used grunts to communicate, and all we really had to worry about was just keeping warm, keeping the human race going, and not dying every day. Think about if that experience was somehow a game, and probably a roguelike. That was my first idea. My other idea had to do with those simple baby toys that you get where you have to push shapes into the right size hole. Maybe the game gets angry if you put like a circle into a square hole or something. I liked that idea, and this was meant to be a really tiny scope game. We only had a week to do it. So I decided that Baby Shape Simulator 2026 was gonna become a thing. I was so excited about this idea, I went to my friend Ari, who I knew from my game development class, and I told him all about it. Ari and I had previously worked together on this beaver roguelike game that we had called Dam. You get it? Because they're beavers building dams. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you guys all about that game at some point, but Ari did a lot of the coding for it. He's extremely technically minded and talented. Super cool to just sit there and watch him do his thing in Godot. So I asked Ari, just out of curiosity, what his idea would be for the simpler times theme, and he said, what if it was a newspaper company? I said, what? He said, you know, like the New York Times. What if you had the simpler times? Immediately we started bouncing ideas about what this game could look like, and we landed on this idea. You are a writer for the simpler times, and you have to physically collect words from around your office to write your story. And then you will use the words that you gather to make a simple and goofy headline. The idea is kind of like Job, where you have to physically put together words to assemble really goofy sentences. It's like that, but if you had to go around a map and pick up the words that you wanted to use. Needless to say, this game jam was now a two-person project. Baby Shape Simulator 2026 was long gone, and it was me and Ari developing the simpler times. But as far as anyone else would know, it was just Ari. I was completely out of the picture publicly because I didn't want any unfair shenanigans happening. I didn't want anyone knowing that I was a part of this project. Now this game jam was a week long, so we had 7 days to make this game. Except I didn't even know this game jam was a thing until day 4. So we had 72 hours to start and finish this game before the deadline. First thing that we did was get some basic top-down player movement working, and then we made the physical grabbable words that the player can pick up with a rope. Every word in the office would need to spawn randomly, no duplicates, and there would need to be enough variety in the words to be able to actually make a real sentence. You gotta have a good distribution in the types of words. So I made a system that'll categorize words as either nouns, verbs, adjectives, or adverbs, and the map will always have an equal spread of those. All kinds of fun words got to go in the word bank, verbs like gyrating and skewering. So you could end up with a story with those words, you just have to bring them back to your computer before the timer ran out. We decided that you'd get 2 minutes to gather your words, and then you'd have to get back to your computer to actually write the story. The UI for the writing and the assembling words turned out so stinking cute. That was all Ari. It looks just like a window on your PC. In the word bank, there's some things like and or but that are always available to use, just so the player doesn't end up without any words to make a sentence with. And if you're wondering what this word is, that's the name.
This isn't sponsored.
This part off as well.
No. Here's the thing. I'll need to like cut it down a lot. Or just cut it short. Okay, bye. Subscribe.